This day is so much fun, and this session, this top of the hour discount from our friends at Platypod is going to be a lot of fun for me, because I have the Platypod gear that I'm going to show you, so I can give testimonials. You don't need that, but I'm going to show you through the gear and then show you a couple of different options and the great deals that our friends at Platypod have available for you only today. Now, you know, if you follow KelbyOne, if you watch the grid, and if you follow Platypod, maybe you signed up for their newsletter, you know that they do sales now and then, and they have some discounts and deals. The stuff you're going to see today is probably never, I know it's never been done before, and it probably will never be this deeply discounted again. And there are several different things, and the other great news is the supply chain issues that, you know, kind of challenge a lot of companies. They have everything in stock. Everything is in stock at Platypod. So you'll be able to get all this gear for the photographer in your life, even if that's you. And I want to run through what we've got. Now, Platypod made its name by being an alternative to a tripod, a little flat platform that you can put on the ground. And they have an Ultra, and now they have this one. It's the Platypod Extreme, and I love the Platypod Extreme. What's so cool about it, and you don't always see this explanation, these little spiked feet, they have rubber on one side and spikes on the other. So when you set it down on the table, you can set it down on the rubber side, like I use that on like my car hood or something. And yes, the spikes do point up, but my ball head is here and then the camera's on that. And so now I've got a really wonderful platform. Now let me show you something that a lot of people miss. On the Extreme, they've started building in these spikes. It's not just holes that you're screwing these through. They built in the spikes, and there's this little pivot hinge with little notches, and so it holds the spikes in a storage position. Okay, so this is how I can toss this in my camera bag and not worry about it. And what's really hard to see on this kind of video is these spikes actually go into a little tiny notch, and that's just really hard to see. But they go into a little tiny notch to kind of protect you, so the spikes aren't going to hook or catch on anything when you toss this into your camera bag. Now, the spikes can pivot at this kind of angle, like this. So you could put it on a slope, and I could have both all four of the spikes pivoting at the same angle, right? So you can put it on a slope like that. You can pivot them out like this. So if you've got a rock surface that you want to put them on, you can put it like that. And then they also do go straight up and down. And that just makes sense for putting it on a table or something like that. And then if you wanted to, you can unscrew the spikes and put them straight down. So if there's some reason that you want one of those angles for the rubber side versus the spiked side, you've just got all these different options. So this is the Extreme, and I've been using Platypods for years, and what you don't understand, what you don't realize is I never thought about it until they came out with the Extreme, that you spend a little time screwing the spikes in or screwing the little rubber feet in to get it ready to set on whatever surface, a smooth surface or a rough surface. You spend a little time doing that, assembling it. Well, now you don't have to. With the Extreme, it's just they snap into position and that's it. So just 4 quick snaps. And so in under a couple of seconds, you can deploy your Platypod Extreme. These are fantastic for avoiding the tripod police. So wherever you are, if you're photographing and you want to put your ball head on a tripod, but they say, no tripods here, you won't get kicked out of those same places when you have the Platypod. Plus, it can get nice and low. You can use it on tree branches. It's got options for straps. I don't want to go into all of that, but I love my Platypods, obviously. Now, one of the things that came out after the Platypod, and certainly after the Platypod Extreme, is the Platyball. Now the Platyball, this is a totally cool concept. Again, I'm not going to unpack the whole thing for you, but the Platyball is kind of like a ball head that's a little bit upside down, and there's no knobs on it. You're thinking, how can that even be? Well, it's upside down in that the the pivot head is on the top, and it's usually down here at the bottom. So this is a Plataball Ergo, the Plataball Ergo. And you see a couple of buttons under my fingers? Those buttons are how you loosen or tighten the stiffness of the ball head. So let me go ahead and mount the ball head on the plate. So you can see, you just spin it into place on a plate. And you can do this with any ball head. We've got the 3/8 inch embedded screw in the platypod. All right, so here we are. I'm ready to go. I can put my camera on this. And if I want to move the position, let me go ahead and deploy the little rubber feet. Okay, there we go. So if I want to move the position of my camera, in fact, let me do that. I'm going to release this plate that comes with it. This is an Arca Swiss compatible plate, but it's round. So it's just much more versatile. It's easy to put on your camera. It's easy to take off the camera. I have one already on my camera. So I'm just going to slide my camera onto here. Now my camera is gripped into place. Now, let's say I want to move my camera's angle to a different angle or a different position. Well, I'm going to push the bottom button and loosen. And the more you push that bottom button, the more it loosens. And so now it's I can wiggle it around and get it to any position that I want. And then when I'm happy with the position, I can press the top button and stiffen it. This is not electronic, this is mechanical. So I stiffen it in position. Now here's what I also really like, and I've not got any other ball head that's even close to being able to do this. What you do is you can find a position that's a little bit stiff, but not totally. And now I can move my camera where I want it, and it'll stay there. Now, yes, I can grip it even tighter, but I just like this versatility. I can quickly move it to the position I want, and it stays gripped. And you think, well, how could you do that? All cameras are different weights. What's the right number? Well, you just do it whatever works best for the weight of the camera you're using. All right, so that's enough of my excitedness about the Plataballs, the Ergo, and of course the Elite and the Extreme Platypods. So let me tell you what the deals are, the Cyber Monday, and these are only today. And yes, they have some deals on their website already, but the deals I'm going to tell you about, you will not beat these deals, and these are exclusively for KelbyOne followers and viewers, so you'll be able to get a better deal than anywhere else and probably never even see this deal again. So let's have a look at the deals. The first deal is the Platypod Extreme that I've shown you, and the Platypod Extreme with the Ergo, which is what I just demoed for you. So Platypod Extreme with the Ergo. The total retail value is $448. The sale price is $325. So that ends tonight, and I'm going to give you the link. You can see it there on the bottom of your screen. So the Ergo is $325. Now the Elite is the exact same functional operation, but it also has an LED on the back of it for, and it's not turned on right now, but it has an LED on the back of it for level. So if you want that added functionality, maybe your Extreme is on a boulder and it's just barely in reach, and you want to make sure that your camera is perfectly level, well, you turn on the electronic level, you level up your camera, and you're good to go. So the Platypod Elite, the Plataball Elite with the Platypod Extreme, that's worth $534, and this is a today only thing. You can get that for $399. You will not see those prices again. It's just a fantastic deal. Now, let's talk about if you're a photographer who takes pictures of, this is becoming a thing lately, toy photographers, or there's macro photography. A lot of people out there doing that. There's food photography, and there's product shot photography. So those categories of photographers, they all have a lot in common in how they set up their gear and how they work with their gear. Let's say you already have a Platypod. Maybe it's a Platypod Ultra or an Extreme or whatever, one of the earlier models of Platypod. You can buy a bunch of gear that helps you get your lights into the right place and get your camera into the right place. So if you've already got your Platypod and you want the macro bundle, and by the way, I said that this works for toy photography and product photography, true, but they call it the macro bundle. Just for clarity, they call it the macro bundle. Comes with 4 of these awesome goosenecks, and these screw in to places around the Platypod. And so they've got the 1/4 and you can screw these in, and then they can hold a light. And they could hold something like this LumiCube Panel Pro, or they could hold something like this clamp, right? So this mini super clamp. So you could just screw that together like that, put this on your Platypod, and then get it down at the right angle so you can have maybe a reflector in here, or I've seen some great close-up macro photography where they hold like a little branch, and they've got the branch in the scene. So very cool way to set that up. So you get 4 of these goosenecks. You get the super clamp. You get this light, which is a LumiCube, and I just had it hooked up to my charger because I let mine die, and because this is all my gear. And then this LumiCube Panel Pro, and this Panel Pro also has those 1/4 on the side and the bottom, or the bottom and the side, so long end and the short end. And so this is also a light, and there's an app. It's a free app that you can add to your iPhone or your Android phone. So let me show you this. There we go. Okay, so I can do similar kinds of things to what I was showing you earlier. I can actually control these lights and change the color. I can go to like a really pure red, or really bright green, or really vivid yellow, or a bright blue, or I can just kind of pick what color I want. And there are also some other effects like the police effect and the lightning effect, things like that. So this is a very versatile light for videographers and photographers. Very cool functions, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that off for now. And it also comes with this diffusion panel, so that just slides right on. So if you need the diffuser, you can do that. The LumiCube can also be run from this external software, and then it comes with this snap-on device that holds these. So if you wanted, this is not a multicolored light, it's a single color, bright white, daylight adjusted light. But it comes with a gel, so if you want the gel, or if you want the diffuser, or if you want to stack them and have the gel and the diffuser. Oh, got the magnets backwards, there we go. Gel and the diffuser, so you can do that. So you get those lights. And then one more thing, and this is a super clamp. It's a mini super clamp that's really thoughtful. And what you do is you screw this end, let me get this squared away, screw this end into your Platypod, one of the Platypod spots. There we go. And then you can put anything else that's 1/4 mounted, like one of these lights. There you go. And so you can manage where this goes. So it'll hold a bit more weight and also much more stiffly than the goosenecks. So the goosenecks are great, but if you have something that's heavier and you need to really manage it, you can. And then this is, you loosen one lever, one switch here, and it's kind of goes wherever it needs to, and then you tighten that one place and it tightens everything down. It's all tightened down in place. So that magic arm, that mini magic arm, is also part of the macro kit. So the macro accessory bundle comes with 4 goosenecks and this device, as well as the 2 lights that I showed you, the mount panels for diffusing and tinting the light on the small LumiCube, And on the Panel Pro, it has all that stuff built in. You can run all that from external software. And that whole thing is a $375 value. The regular bundle price is $299, which is a great deal. And you can save even more if you use the code MAB22. This is today only, and you get an additional 10% off on this kit, so the macro accessory bundle. So those are the bundles, and I'm going through all this different gear. Look on your screen right now, maybe even take a screenshot. What you've got is the Platypod Extreme with the built-in spikes, the built-in spiked feet. You've also got the Platyball Elite bundle. So that means the Extreme comes with the Platyball Elite as a bundle for $399 today only. The Extreme, that same Platypod, with the Platyball Ergo, that bundle is today only $325. These are amazing savings. And then the macro accessory bundle with all those parts and pieces that I showed you for the close-up and macro and toy photography, well, that's all an additional 10% off if you use that code that you see during checkout, MAB22. An amazing series of deals from our friends at Platypod. The Platypods and Platyballs are in stock. It's a wonderful collection of equipment. I love using all this gear, and I am thrilled that our friends at Platypod are making such a special offer today. I do want to let you know there is a KelbyOne professional membership special deal only on Screamin' Deals Day, Cyber Monday. And that's today, and that Screamin' Deal is $149. This is the best price of the year for KelbyOne.com, and that ends tomorrow at midnight. And then the conference replays I've told you about, the two-day conferences, as well as the Photoshop World full conference set of replays for a full year. That is on super sale today and tomorrow. So till midnight tomorrow. And speaking of Photoshop World, we've got a little video to let you see behind the scenes. And again, we'll see you at the top of the next hour with another Screamin' Deal. So let's have a look at the Photoshop World Conference, all about the replays.
So there are some things that we decided to do early on to make our online training really resonate with photographers and make it an immersive experience. We're in Manhattan with a ballerina from the New York City Ballet. Or when we teach you travel photography, you're right there with the instructor in the streets of Paris or Venice, learning everything from the camera techniques to the photography techniques to the camera settings. We're flying a squadron of warbirds in formation off the coast, and you're right there in the chase plane, and you see it all unfold right in front of you. Whether we're in the studio or out in the field, you're right there every step of the way. With 24/7 access, you can watch it on your desktop or laptop, your tablet or your phone. We even have an Apple TV app. You can also take classes offline, so if you're traveling, you don't have internet access, you can still keep learning on every photography topic you can imagine. If you think your best images are still inside you, let us help you break through that, take you to the next level. We'll see you in class.